James Cyrus, Morning Blend. Today I've got Chris Woolsey, and we got February come up. What's the first thing we're going to talk about, Chris?
We are going to talk about what is coming to Crackle. We have got so much great stuff this month. Obviously, we are in Valentine's season, and so we've got a ton of great rom-coms this month on Crackle. One of my favorites is called Love Amongst the Stars, and this is a Chicken Soup for the Soul original. You know, every month on Chicken Soup for the Soul streaming, we have original content that you can only see on Chicken Soup for the Soul. They have been good enough to share that with us on Crackle as well. So we have this great one called Love Amongst the Stars. It is about Heidi, a young astronomy professor who is convinced that a rare planetary alignment is the key to her getting a new observatory. But the newly hired history professor thinks that the stars spell disaster for her plans. It's starring Sarah Koenig from Vampire Diaries and Patch May from Home and Away. It's so cute. If you like Hallmark films, this is a great one. A little offbeat is this next one called The New Romantic. And this is starring Jessica Barden from Hannah and Haley Law from Riverdale, as well as Brett Dyer from Schooled. And this is about a young girl who is a college-age romance blogger who is embittered at the lack of chivalrousness in the men in her age group. And so she decides to start dating an older man for the benefits that come along with that relationship, and comes to find that maybe that isn't the healthiest direction for her life as well. But The New Romantic, really, really good. This one is super fun, The Relation Trip. So it's about two lonely 20-somethings who are surrounded by peers who are all in happy relationships. So they decide to take a trip as friends, and they find themselves at a destination that neither expected. Starring Renee Felice Smith from NCIS Los Angeles and Matt Bush from the Goldbergs. Really fun, really quirky. The Relation Trip, check it out. This next one is my absolute favorite this month, though. This is called In the Aisles. And I love movies about characters who just don't fit in anywhere else, because sometimes I can relate to that. And yeah. And this is about two lonely misanthropes who don't fit in anywhere, but they find each other while working the aisles at their local big box grocery store. It's starring Sandra Hüller from Requiem and Franz Rogowski from A Hidden Life. I'm telling you, it is a beautiful, beautiful, sweet indie. You didn't see this in the theaters, in the aisles. It's great. Get on it. And then finally, just to give you something other than rom-coms this month in case, we've got a really fun movie, Walk of Fame. And this is starring, speaking of fame, Scott Eastwood from Suicide Squad, which is Clint Eastwood's son. And I've got to tell you, he is spectacular. He's great. I've seen him in several movies. He's great in everything, but this one is particularly good. Also starring cinematic greats Malcolm McDowell from A Clockwork Orange and Chris Kattan from A Night at the Roxbury. And it's a very funny movie about this motley crew of aspiring performers who come under the guidance of an eccentric and slightly volatile acting coach. I've got to tell you, Walk of Fame is very fun. It's a hidden gem. Check it out. And that's just a few of the amazing titles we have this month on Crackle, James. Check it out.
Speaking of Sandra Hüller, she's one of the actresses nominated for Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh my gosh, I totally missed that.
Yeah.
I saw I have a screener I have to watch for it, but I didn't realize she was in. She's so good in the aisles. I can't tell you, James.
And she's good in this too, man. She's good, definitely. All right, what we got for next month?
All right.
Well, next up for the following week. Okay, thanks. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, James.